Hello everybody, this is Dan from Tradunity.com. In this video I will talk about common mistakes that people make while trading with our robot and how to avoid them. The first mistake that you can do is not applying the correct settings. This is very common actually. So you need to make sure when you are going to choose the settings that you are going to load that you are choosing the correct settings for the correct pair and the correct time frame. So always check this pair and this time frame. And when you load the settings, you just click load, find it in your settings file, and make sure you choose the correct pair and the correct time frame. So for example, gold 4 hours in this case. Then press open. Okay, that's the first one. Even if you loaded the correct settings, you can even trigger a mistake like this by triggering a particular MT4 bug. This will bring us to the next mistake. The second mistake is triggering the settings reset by having an MT4 bug activated. There is an MT4 bug that we have noticed happening sometimes for some MT4 installations. The settings get reset if you first load the settings and then check the boxes in the common tab. So, for example, this is wrong. Right now I'm going to load the settings. And you can see I have here breakout with risk percentage. And then I'm going to go to the common tab and say allow DLL imports and allow live trading. Once I do that and press OK and I go back, you will see that the inputs have reset. Right here I have trading type breakout and reversal and should have been just breakout, and the lots types are fixed and they should have been risk percentage. So in order to avoid this, the correct procedure is the following. First, allow live trading and allow DLL imports, then switch to the Inputs tab and then load your settings. Okay, now you can see the correct settings have been set. Once I press OK, everything's gonna be alright. So remember, first you need to go to the Commons tab and afterwards go to the Inputs tab to load your preset. Another mistake people make is trading on the wrong time frame. Trading on the wrong time frame can have disastrous results, using the settings with the time frame they were made for. Use the settings with the time frame they were made for. If you're going to trade with a preset made for 4 hours, make sure the chart is on 4 hours. If you trade it on another time frame, you will get really strange results. Probably a drawdown and your capital can go down to zero. In order to check your time frame, just make sure that the time frame indicator next to your pair is the same as your settings. If you are going to change the time frame, you'll see that this will change too. So just make sure you're on the right one. Another mistake people do is having multiple connected terminals loading on the robot and having auto trading on all of them. Okay, this mistake is responsible for that moment when you suddenly see multiple trades that are the same being performed by the robot. This usually happens when you have two running virtual private servers in different regions, for example, or if you configured your robot also on an MT4 application on your computer and that is open. To avoid this mistake, simply remove the robot from the MT4s where you don't want to trade it. And if you want to just monitor your account from your computer, please connect with your investor password instead. Mistake number 5. Losing track of your duplicate charts on the same MT4. You may have too many charts and get duplicated trades. If you can't find why, here is a simple trick to see if you have too many. Go to Windows and check the charts. If one of them is twice on the same time frame, you may have a case of double trading. Like here, one of them is hidden and one of them is active. In this case, the robot would place the trades of this pair twice. To solve it, simply close one of the charts and make sure here in Windows you have one of each. Another mistake people do is using the robot differently than what it was built for. A lot of people have tried to force the robot to work on markets it has not been tested with, to change its settings without testing them first, or to try to find ways to use it for short-term results. This robot was made to trade with low risk and high reward over the long term. It needs a few thousand trades to reach its true potential. As we will discover new good presets for new markets or new timeframes, we will release them to the robot owners. Please use the robot for the purpose it was designed for, otherwise you risk losing your capital. Mistake number 7. Using the robot with the wrong kind of account or the wrong trading labels. If you see that your robot is not placing orders even after a few days, although your live account is funded, auto trading is on and the robot is smiling nicely at you, it may mean you either have a wrong account type or that you're not trading under the correct labels. Please write to your broker support and ask them if you have an ECN account and which symbol should you trade on in this case. Normally, some of the brokers have a suffix attached to the symbol you need to trade, for example an underline or a point or a point.r. Just make sure to contact their support and ask them. Mistake number 8. You're not using a VPS. If you don't use a VPS, you will lose trading opportunities as the robot needs to be online all the time when the markets are open. If you place your MT4 application on a computer and you shut down the computer, you will break the robot's routine and the strategy. Make sure you have your robot running on a VPS. We provide you with a free solution in our tutorial. Mistake number 9. Using a VPS with bad latency. When getting a VPS, make sure your VPS is located physically close to your broker's server. You should first ask your broker where the servers are, and then choose a VPS close to that. Mistake number 10. Shutting down your MT4. This one happens more than people like to admit. If you're trading on your VPS and you shut down your MT4 application, then the robot will not trade until the application is restarted and auto trading is enabled again. As simple as that, you will lose many trades. When you close your VPS, make sure you're closing the VPS window and not the MT4 window instead. Just click here. Mistake 11. Risking too much when trading multiple pairs on the same account. When trading multiple pairs on one account, you need to lower the percentage of risk of each pair. Our simulations were made on single market accounts. For multiple markets, please lower your percentage to the recommendations. If you trade 3 or 4 markets, lower the risk to each of them to 1%. Mistake 12. Placing all your trading capital on the robot or a large trading capital. One of the purposes of the robot is to give you the opportunity to place a part of your capital in an algorithmic trading method. If you will place all your trading capital on the robot, or you will place a large amount of it, you will block all your capital in a very slow progressing trade strategy. Instead, use the robot to diversify your trading strategies. Use it alongside your crypto investments, crypto trading, forex trading, ICOs, social trading, and so on. Also, if the losses you have with the robot make you nervous, it means that you're trading way too much capital. Lower your capital until you gain confidence in the robot, and once you know how it works, you can add more. Mistake 13. Rushing. If you're rushing to expect results with a robot, you should forget about your long-term results. The robot works slowly on the long term. Cultivate patience and let it run its strategy and to let it meet the potential it was designed for. These are the most common mistakes we have found our users making. I hope this video showed you how to avoid them and make your trading safer and more efficient. If you have any more questions or if you have another mistake that we should include in this video, please write to us here or on the support group. Thank you very much for your attention.